So what exactly is going on here? I don't think it's meant to be there. People just sitting casually inside the bus. We will find out a little bit later on today's program. And welcome to Wednesday on TNT. It's a Buddhist holiday, meaning you're not allowed to drink in public. Now, a matter that you think may have been checked by the people organising the monthly full moon party. Not so, according to this Bangkok post. This month's full moon party on Koh Phangan has been postponed from today until tomorrow to avoid a clash with Makabusha Day, a major Buddhist holy day. The dates for these Buddhist holidays published like years in advance. You would have thought the organisers would have checked that. People may have organised flights and accommodation and ferry trips around the party being on tonight. Another matter is this afternoon ban on alcohol sales from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. There seems to be a continual push to try and change that. We go to Thai PBS World. Thailand considers lifting alcohol ban on afternoons and religious days. Thailand may end its 53-year-old ban on the sale of alcohol in the afternoon, as well as on Buddhist religious holidays, as the PM ordered a study, this was yesterday, into the regulations in a bid to boost the tourism industry. Apparently, several business sectors have complained about the restrictions on alcohol sales, which they claim are obstacles to the country's economic growth and tourism promotion. And we note that the regulations prohibiting alcohol sales between 2 and 5 p.m. have been in place since 1972. And the Prime Minister said if we were to ease the regulations to increase income from entrepreneurs and boost tourism, we'll still ensure that our youth are prevented from accessing alcohol. Now, there are plenty of people who would say, well, it's charming to go to a foreign country and find out that things are maybe different from where you come from, and little quirky laws like this. But then again, the Thais are always chasing tourists, and if it means more tourists, then I imagine they'll probably drop these regulations. We'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, tourism is really booming here in the kingdom, there's no doubt. Nation Thailand reporting tourist numbers expected to soar as summer season approaches. The Transport Minister expects a large number of foreign arrivals in Thailand during the summer season from March the 30th to October the 26th. Now, unlike a lot of other tourist havens around the world, the summer season would usually be seen as the high season, but summer in Thailand is usually what we call the low season, which also is the time when we get the monsoons. Suvarnabhumi Airport allocated an average of 1,202 flight slots a day. That's up 16.4% from the pre-COVID-19 period, while Don Muang, that's the second airport in Bangkok, has allocated an average of 745 flight slots a day. That's up nearly 2.8% over 2019. All this bodes well for Thailand reaching a record number of tourists this year. Whilst Chiang Mai and Phuket airports have allocated an average of 240 and 340 flights a day, that's up 17.6% and 7.6% respectively. Well, that's in the months to come. Let's see what's happening now, and we go to Bangkok Post. Their headline, foreign arrivals poised to grow 5% in February to 3.5 million. Thailand's expected to welcome 3.5 million foreign tourist arrivals in February, a 5% increase year on year, with all major markets surging between 2 and 20%, except the Chinese market, which is on course to plummet by 7% due to safety concerns. The Tourism Authority of Thailand governor reports that Germany and Japan are projected to secure the strongest growth of 20 and 18% respectively. It's estimated that 124,000 German tourists will visit Thailand in February, behind Russia, the largest long-haul market. And they're projecting a moderate growth of 3% in February. Despite a 7% contraction, arrivals from China will remain the largest inbound market, with 730,000 arrivals this month. And then the other short-haul markets in the top 5 include Malaysia, South Korea and India. And speaking of India, there appears to be a little bit of confusion about exactly who were having a bit of a drink and sleep on Pattaya Beach over the weekend. This story from PattayaMail.com. Indian Association clarifies beach incident in Pattaya. Migrant workers mistaken for tourists. Authorities plan action. It says recently a video posted online sparked widespread criticism after more than 100 tourists, allegedly from India, took over a section of Pattaya Beach. The group was seen setting up makeshift sleeping areas, drinking alcohol and leaving litter behind, leading many to question the behaviour and the impact on the beach's cleanliness and image. But the president of the Indian Association of Chonburi says the individuals were migrant workers from countries like Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal and Sri Lanka, who were mistaken for Indians due to their similar appearance. And certainly with that in mind, when you do review the footage, the people were really dressed in sort of workers' clothes. They weren't dressed like tourists. So that seems to be a clarification on exactly what happened over the weekend. Exactly where those migrant workers came from or where they were heading to, that hasn't been reported as yet. We stay in Pattaya with a serious incident yesterday. And the report from the PattayaNews.com says a Russian tourist dies after medical emergency following using a slide on a tour boat in Pattaya Bay. Now, plenty of these larger tour boats around Thailand are equipped with these slides, some fixed, some inflatable. Exactly what happened? Well, apparently yesterday at 5 p.m. a tragic incident occurred involving a Russian tourist, Mr. Andrew Anganov, who died after an apparent medical emergency following playing on a tour boat slide near Kosak in Pattaya Bay. The tourist was identified publicly by the Pattaya Marine Rescue Division. Apparently, Mr. Anganov had fallen from the slide at the back of the tour boat into the sea, later losing consciousness. Once the rescue team arrived, Mr. Anganov was unconscious and without a pulse on a large tour boat anchored in front of Kosak. The team began CPR and transported him to the shore of Pattaya. Despite efforts by the rescue team and medical staff, Mr. Anganov was later pronounced dead. A 25-year-old crew member said that Mr. Anganov had been playing on the slide at the back of the boat. After sliding into the sea and returning to the boat, he complained of severe back pain before going into shock and losing consciousness. The boat captain immediately contacted rescue workers for assistance, and it's believed that his weight, of which Mr. Anganov weighs well over 100 kilograms, contributed to the severity of the impact with the water, leading to his injuries and subsequent death. And it notes that the victim's embassy and relatives have been informed of the tragic death. As we head from that maritime tragedy back to Bangkok and the quick video clip we had at the front of the program. Bangkok bus left hanging mid-air after skidding on an oil slick. Let's just review that quick video again. And just trying to sort of decode all this. This happened yesterday. A Route 167 air-conditioned bus driver reportedly lost control, crashed into a high-voltage power pole support. This happened in Chonburi. And the impact lifted the front wheels more than 3 metres off the ground, with the left side mirror caught on the thick steel cable, leaving the bus immobilised. And the driver, Ms. Apinya, who's 34, stated that she was coming down from Krungtep Bridge and turning into Chomtong Road when she reportedly encountered an oil slick, causing the front wheels to slide. God, the poor bus looks like it's doing a wheelie in that shot. And unable to regain control, the bus driver reportedly veered off course, struck the support cable. She added that any other manoeuvre could have resulted in injuries. At the time of the incident, 3 passengers were on board, but none were harmed. Emergency responders confirmed no injuries or fatalities. And with all that, thank you very much for watching today. Again, thank you to our sponsor, 5 Star Marine. I'd also like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thanks for the great numbers over the past week, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.